Good afternoon. Mike Santoro from Goffstown Sports here with varsity head coach Adam Lawrence. Adam, tough game yesterday against Cole Brown. 4-3 victory. You pulled it out, playing a good Windham team today. They also pulled out a close game yesterday, 8-7. What can you expect from this Windham team today?
Competitive game. I mean, to me, they're one of the top 4 teams in the state. The one thing Windham's had the last couple of years is pitching. I mean, the pitching's been lights out. I know they got 3 guys this year who can pitch. And I'm hoping our guys come out swing the bats. And the last time we faced a good pitcher, we kind of struggled. So I'm hoping they just come out swing the bats and put the ball in play.
Yeah, and you mentioned the swinging the bats. The team's been hitting the ball pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
They took them a little bit to break out yesterday, and I know the game against St. Thomas, they broke out, had that big inning. So what can you expect from your team today as far as hitting-wise and pitching-wise? What can we look for?
I'm just hoping they come out and play hard. I mean, that's what it is, especially playing a team of this caliber. Do I think we're one of the better teams in the state? I definitely do. But we got to prove it against these better teams. I mean, last week we played Oyster River, and it was pretty much a whitewash. So I'm hoping these guys can – they know they can play with them. We know they can play with them. But the other part is I think we need to play sound defense. I mean, I think that's one thing we've been struggling with is the defense is just making the routine plays.
Right. And as you mentioned Oyster River, we talked last week about this being a big stretch of games, this 4 or 5 games here, and see how we come out of this 6-game stretch. And we're hoping you come out 5-1. We're 3-1 so far. We got Windham today, Portsmouth tomorrow, 2 big tests. So let's hope the team does well. Good luck this afternoon.
Right. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lions Field in Goffstown for today's ball game between the Jaguars of Windham with the 5-1 record against your Goffstown Grizzlies, 7-1 record, along with Paul Hunt. I'm Mike Santoro, and we're going to bring you the play-by-play today. We have John Skokie in the booth. We have Darryl doing our camera for us today. And Paul's going to give you our starting lineup in just a moment as the boys are getting ready to go out to the field. Paul, starting lineup.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. First thing I want to point out is Goffstown lacrosse out in right field having practice today. I love the fact that every time that we play the national anthem, those boys stop what they're doing, stand at attention, and put their attention to the flag. That's something to be said right there. And, they're raised right, I guess, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's what they're taught to do their whole lives, and apparently they're following through with it.
So what we have right now for our Goffstown Grizzlies, and I'll tell you what, folks, this is a game that has been marked on the calendar since day one, and we'll get into a lot of that later on during the broadcast. But leading off for your Goffstown Grizzlies is number 1, Tyler Small, who will be playing center field today. Batting second, playing left field, is number 10, Ethan Smith. Batting third is number 21, playing right field, Matt Woodward. Batting fourth, our third baseman, number 8, Cody Moose Morrell. Batting fifth, number 18, the senior catcher, Jacob Hunt. Then we have Tyler Santoro, playing first base, number 4. Then we move on to Connor Hyzak, the freshman, number 5 at shortstop. We have Clay Campbell, number 14, at second base. And pitching is number 7, Mitch Scotchy. And I'll tell you what, Mitch has done a great job in relief. This is his time. I think he's going to do well, keep the ball low against a hot Windham team.
Yeah, Paul, you get that right. Mitch has done a great job so far this year in relief, and I believe this is his first start. This is about as quality as opponent as you're going to face. As I mentioned, Windham comes in 5-1. The only blemish on their record is the first game of the year to Sauhegan. They lost a close game there, and they've been red hot ever since. First of 2 matchups this year against Windham, and should be a great game. And umpire puts the ball in play, and here we go. We're underway. First pitch, fastball for a strike. Mitch gets ahead quickly. And we've talked at length about the importance of working from ahead. Pitch, ground ball. Oh, coming across is Moose, and he couldn't handle it, and he's going to be safe on a base hit. Third baseman Cody Morrell came across.
The right fielder, number 2, Chad Roach.
Came across to try to field that, and it was the right play. Just couldn't come up with the ball. Not sure he would have had him anyway.
No, that would have been a tough play. He's coming across to his left, sure good position, but then he has to get up and make that throw.
Yeah, Hopkins runs well, so.
Mitchie does a good job holding runners on, and case in point right there with the throw over.
Yep, Chad Roach, the batter. He'll be playing right field today. Takes a strike. talked at length to Paul about number 2 hitters, about the contact hitters. So we're always looking for plays. 1 strike count. Not the best pitch to bunt on, but it's a good hit and run pitch, Paul.
Absolutely.
Mitch taking his time, steps off.
And that's
the runner
what I want
actually
him to
gave
do.
away a little bit. Yep.
I want Mitchie to take his time. I don't want him to feel rushed. I want him to see him get into a rhythm. Keep the ball low.
Yeah, Hopkins gave a step, and he's going. There he goes. The pitch is low. Jake up with the throw. It's going to be a little late. Head first slide by Hopkins. We have a stolen base.
Tough ball to throw on. Going down low to the right.
Yeah, it was a fastball. It was low. Jake had a backhanded. By the time he came up and threw, head first slide by Hopkins. So now we have a 1-1 count. And there's a line drive to center field. Small, steps back a few steps, reaches up, makes it. Actually, he dropped the ball. Not sure if they're going to call it an out or not, or a drop on the exchange. The runner comes around and scores, and Roach is in at second base. And it looks for the moment.
Batting, shortstop, number 8, Tom Costa.
It looks for the moment they're going to call it an error and not an out.
But you know what, Mike? I think he's making the exchange on the with that transfer.
Right, I agree, and that's what I thought. I thought he made the catch and dropped it on the transfer, but the umpire is saying no, they never had control and didn't make the transfer, and Lawrence is walking back a little dejected. So we have an error on the play that scores a run, and it's 1-0 Windham.
Well, like we said, we cannot make errors against a solid team like this.
So a rather rough start so far for Goffstown. The base hit and a 2-base error to score a run, and it doesn't get any easier with Tom Costa stepping in. Takes a ball low.
Now, I tell you what, we've been around these boys from Windham for 10 years, and Tommy is as good a defensive middle infielder as you're going to see in the state for the past at least 5-6 years.
Pitch hit him. Pitch came in. It was close. I saw it graze his jersey.
Now batting, first baseman, number 11, Steve Koza.
So now we're in a jam. First and second and no outs. And you got big Steve Koza striding in. And you just mentioned we've been battling this team for years and years in Little League. And all these kids on Goffstown have played these guys growing up. Low ground ball. Surrounded by Hyzak to second for 1. On to first base. Drops him off the bag, and it gets by. It's going to roll to the fence. And the run's going to score, and Koza's going to move to second base on the play. So we have an out at second base, but we have another run in, and Koza to second base.
Again, we just don't need those throwing errors right now, Mike.
No, I mean, you really had very little chance to get him out there at second base. It was an ill-advised throw. I don't think the throw should have been made. The throw drew Tyler off the bag, stretched as far as he could. I mean, yesterday we commented on Tyler coming off the base in order to avoid that. But, that's tough. He has a runner coming in on him. Quickly, 2-0. Mitch misses low. 2 pitches now. We got a 2-0 count. Riley Parent, the batter. Koza taking a healthy lead over at second base. Middle infield, keeping him close. Fastball for a strike.
Nice pitch right there.
Yeah, you got to come in here. You had the 5-hitter. I'm surprised to see. It looked like Parent was taken all the way there. Kind of surprised to see that. Wyndham's come out swinging the bat. They've been aggressive so far. Now the strike. Paul, Windham hasn't hit the ball extremely hard yet.
No, they haven't.
I mean, we gave an infield single on that ground ball to third, an error by the center fielder, hit batsman, and another error. So there's only been 1 hit, and it was an infield single. Curveball in the dirt. Jake's got it. He's got to make the throw to first base. It's a high throw off the bag, and they call him safe. The throw was high. It drew Tyler off the bag, and the runner is safe.
Now batting, the catcher, number 27, Chris Hood.
So now we have runners at first and third and 1 out. Jake's throw was a little bit high, drew Tyler off the bag. Couldn't recover in time to get the out. Now we have first and third with one out. Big lead over at first base. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner, the throw down. They got him. They got him. They tag him out, and no advance. But what a play! And it looks like Parent pulled a hamstring.
Parent pulled a hamstring as well.
He pulled up lame.
The slide.
He pulled up lame right before he got to the bag, and Hyzak coming across to cut it off, and Parent just kind of stopped because he must have pulled a hamstring or something.
Either way, it was a good shoot. Even if he was still had 10 feet to the bag, but you hope that he's going to be okay.
Yeah, and Koza did a great job of reading that. He saw Hyzak come across, and Hyzak would have come home with the ball had Koza taken off. Great throw by Jake right there. Like you said, Paul, we hope Parent is okay. He's on the bench now.
We know that Matt Woodward, not till a couple of games ago, maybe actually 3 games ago, had pulled his hamstring, and he was out for the rest of the game and finally made his comeback a couple of games ago. So you just hope that he's going to be all right.
Itchy with the pitch for a strike. And it doesn't look good for Parent. I saw a couple of Windham players going behind the dugout to loosen up, so doesn't look like he'll be coming back in the game. Here comes the pitch by Mitch. And there's a ground ball to third. Morrell, and he bobbles it. Throw to first base, and he's got him. And they get out of the inning to save the damage.
That was a close one there, Mike.
Yeah, it sure was. Morrell, who's usually sure-handed over there. I mean, it looks like Goffstown has a little bit of the yips right now, Paul. First inning. I said there was one hit, and that ball was not hit hard.
No,
and
not at
3
all.
errors, and that's you're not gonna help yourself out making 3 errors in one game in one inning. Actually, 3 errors in one inning. So the caught stealing helped us out. Wyndham's not really hitting the ball. Mitchie's did a great job. He probably didn't throw many pitches.
No, 14 pitches for Mitchie.
Pitches.
And the killer is, all they're doing is, and we know that we've said it time and time again, these errors just make that pitcher throw those extra pitches. He could have been out of there with possibly 10 pitches. There was nothing spectacular there with Windham hitting. Mitchie kept the ball low, a couple of curveballs mixed in. He looked good. Everyone has that little yips. I get it. But they need to shake it off right now.
Yeah, they do, Paul. And, Mitchell probably could have been out of that inning a lot sooner. The single, if Cody fields that cleanly, that's an out. And then the fly ball to center field, I thought Tyler just lost it on the exchange. I don't know. I would have called it differently. But, the umpire he's 100, 200 feet closer than we are, and he saw what he saw.
Right.
And, he called it an error. And, now the boys have to come back. They got to get this back. Wyndham is a team. You don't want to wait till the bottom of the 6th inning to come back and like they did last night against Cole Brown.
And you don't want to give them anything. Give them those 2 runs is tough to take, and it's going to be tough to come back. As we know, Dufo, heck of a pitcher right here.
Yeah, Dufo, a big righty. He's been around for a while. He's got a couple different pitches. He throws hard. Got a good curveball. The boys are taking a look at him now, but, these kids can hit fastballs. Let's hope they have a little better luck than they did against the big lefty from Oyster River.
Absolutely. I mean, Dufo, great ball player. He's built like a pitcher. He's got to be 6'3".
6'3", probably 180 pounds of him. And, Paul, we got to point it out, looking out the outfield there, 8 of the 9 players for Wyndham have the stirrups on. The left field is the only oddball. And actually, he's the sub. He was the lefty. Number 3 was the guy I saw going to loosen up. We don't have his name yet. We don't have their substitute roster, so we need to get that substitution somehow. But number 3 is now playing left field in place of Riley Parent, who has been taken out of the game with a hamstring. I can see him on the bench. He's being looked at by one of the Wyndham coaches. But we'll have to see if we can get number 9.
Now batting, center fielder, number 1, Tyler Small.
Now, Small has to do what he's been doing all year. Take some pitches. Let everybody out here see some pitches. I want to see this kid throw a curveball. What's he going to start him out with? What's his tempo like? I don't want him getting up there, first pitch swinging. It definitely has to be, let's make him work.
Right. And, Dufo, like you said, he looks like a pitcher. He's going to come in with a fastball first pitch, try to establish himself. There it is. Right down the middle. Good fastball. Probably high 80s, I'd say. Low pitch. That's a pitcher's pitch right there. If he keeps it there all day, Paul, it could be a long afternoon.
It's going to be.
Fastball, almost the same spot, a little lower. 1-1 count to Small. Bottom of the first, 2-0 Windham. Misses low with the fastball. So 3 straight fastballs, Paul. He hasn't shown that curveball yet to the leadoff hitter.
And this is just what we want Smalls to do. Just make him throw.
Yeah, let's make him uncomfortable. There comes the 2-1. That's in there for a strike.
Another fastball.
Come in with 4 fastballs, Paul. So, getting in the pitcher's head here. Is this the time to throw the first curveball?
He's got one to waste.
He does.
Nobody on.
There's an off-speed pitch that goes back to the backstop. That wasn't a fastball. I'm not sure what it was. May have been a slider or something.
Looked like he changed his arm angle a little. Did
Yep.
it look like it dropped? You notice that, John? Looked like it might have dropped a little bit.
Counts
3-2.
full count right now. There's the payoff pitch to Small. And that misses outside, and he walks. So runner on first base. And
Now batting, left fielder number 10, Ethan Smith.
Ethan Smith striding to the plate.
We want him to do the same thing. Take some pitches. Make this kid throw. We know he's dead red first pitch swinger. I'd like to see him be a little patient today.
Big lead over at first base by Small. And the throw goes
gone.
by. The first baseman rolls into the corner right field. Small
He's
with
gonna
his
go
speed. He's
3.
going to make a turn. He slides into second base instead of turning. But he's at second base now with nobody out. So that's an error on the pitcher. The throw over was wild. Got by Koza over at first base. Backed up nicely by the right fielder, Chad Roach. And Small's at second base. The catcher going out doing what he's supposed to do is
Hood's
calm
doing
his
the right
pitcher
job.
down.
Absolutely. He's been catching for as long as we've known him as well, and he's doing the right thing. Go out there, calm him down. But we just hope right now he makes the mistake and Smitty makes him pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, Smitty's got to do his job here. If he's going to make it out, make it a productive out, hit the ball to the right side, advance Small over to third base, and he bunts it foul. I like that idea, but I'm not sure I'd do it on the first pitch. Let's see what the team does first, see what the defense is going to give you. But, that's what we just talked about, making a productive out, getting Small over to third base with less than 2 outs for the 3-4 hitters. See if Ethan bunts again. The third baseman's playing even with the bag. Now he's coming in a couple of steps. Dufo, time called at the plate by Smith just in time. The umpire grants it, but Dufo goes ahead with the delivery anyway. See, and I like that by Dufo. You don't want to stop mid-delivery
Exactly.
and hurt your arm or hurt your leg. So
100% right.
He went through and delivered the pitch even though he knew it was timeout. So here we go again. 0-1 count. Fastball, Smitty pops it up. The second baseman goes out. Right fielder backs up now a little bit, and he makes the catch. Small bluffs at second base. The throw comes in over the cutoff man, backed up nicely by the third baseman. And there's 1 out. So Smitty, he knew what he had to do. He had to try to hit the ball to right field. Didn't want to put it in the air, but he did, and flew out to right field.
Now batting, number 21, Matt Woodward.
Matt's been pretty hot, Mike, and right now he needs to stay hot. If he gets that dead red, he loves that fastball. Stay in there, stay back in it, don't sway forward, and he'll drive that ball.
Decent lead at second by Small. Gets a good secondary. Pitches low strike.
Boy, he's calling that low strike, so
He is.
everybody sees it.
Yep, and that's a big help to the big righty out there. Dufo threw a couple pitches there. If he's going to get that low strike, this could be trouble. Matty digs in, fastball right down the middle. That was belt high.
That's usually a pitch that Matt likes to drive, and now he's got plenty to waste. I don't know if he's going to see a fastball here.
Dufo has him set up here. He could waste a I don't think he's going to throw a strike.
No.
If
Throw it
he
up
does,
high.
he's going to throw a purpose pitch somewhere. Catcher kind of moves up a little bit. He throws a high fastball outside, and he calls him strike 3.
That was a nice pitch.
It was a good pitch. The catcher was set up outside. I thought maybe he would have been out of the zone. He pulled it in a little bit. The umpire gave it to him.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 8, Cody Morrell.
But, Paul, that's an unhittable pitch.
Right. You at least got to try to foul that off.
And now we got to run around second base with 2 down, and hoping Cody can save the inning here. Costa bluffs to second base. Small takes the lead, pitches inside. Kind of jackknifes Cody there.
The outfield's playing Cody to go the other way. Everyone's moving to our left, their right.
Fastball inside, ball 2. Yeah, I mean, they're looking at Dufault, looking that he's going to overpower these hitters, so they don't think they're going to pull the ball. I mean, the left fielder is playing close to the line. The right fielder is about 50 feet off the line. 2-0 count. Costa checks on Small, and the same pitch, same result, 3-0. You know, they got a base open here. You got Jake on deck. You know, Cody's going to be looking dead red, and I think that Lawrence is going to unleash him if he gets the fastball he's looking for.
Cody's been pretty hot. He's driven the ball very well past few games, so I'd say give him the green light.
There comes the pitch. It's a fastball, and he misses. Same spot, Paul, 4 pitches.
All 4, same spot. Catcher didn't move much at all.
The catcher, number 18, Jake Hunt.
So now it's up to Jake. We get first and second and 2 outs. Jake's been hot, had 2 hits yesterday. He's 2 for 3 yesterday, and he walked in that 7th inning right before the winning run scored. Cody with the good lead over at first base. There's the pitch, fastball for a strike.
You know, that's what's been coming. He's leading off that first pitch fastball
Yep.
each time.
Paul, he hasn't thrown many off-speed pitches. I
Right.
think just the one, and we weren't really sure what it was, whether it was a different arm angle or what. I haven't seen a curve yet. Look it in, take it his time. Here's the pitch, fastball. Jake swings late. That's going to make it through the hole off the first baseman. Smalls is continuing around the third. The second baseman comes. He throws. Smalls is safe. Morel is out at third base. So Jake reaches on an error by the first baseman. Smalls comes around and scores, and Morel is thrown out at third base trying to advance. So a ground ball hit between first and second, and there was some confusion as to who was going to handle the ball. The first baseman decided to go after it, dove, bounded off his glove, and there was no play. And heads up by Small coming around second, and he continued right on. The second baseman looked home and then saw Morel rounding second base and going to third, through to third base. The head first slide, and the throw just got him.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a miss sign or if that was an intentional to send Cody. It could be, it could be either way. Aggressive base running, I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot there, right? Because Cody sees that, and he saw the second baseman, and the second baseman looked home. So maybe Cody thinks he's going to throw home, and he has an easy jaunt in the third base. But then, second baseman realized he didn't have a play at home, and then took the shot at Cody, and he got him.
It's one of those things. If he didn't do it, gives you something to talk about. He does do it, and he gets nailed at third, gives us something to talk about.
That's right.
Right?
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type thing, right? If Small comes in and Cody's standing on second base, we're saying, why isn't he on third?
Exactly.
Right? So he was only out by a foot. I mean, it was a bang-bang play at third base. Actually could have gone either way. So all the warm-ups are done.
Now batting the third baseman, number 23, Connor O'Neill.
Connor O'Neill digs in to start things off for Windham. So we got a 2-1 score after 1 inning. It was good to see Goffstown come back with a little bit of a reply there. Neither team crushing the ball, Paul, in that inning.
No.
3 errors by Goffstown, 1 by Windham. Actually, 2 by Windham because the first baseman made one on that play right there. So 5 errors in 1 inning by these two teams.
And Dufault threw 17 pitches. Small had worked that count right up to full. Took that extra pitch. It was 6 just with him alone.
Mitchie starts off with a fastball strike.
If we play sound baseball, this is going to be a pitcher's duel right here.
It is, but, so far the defense isn't helping the pitchers out. A curveball popped up, fouled on the third base line. Morel making chase, and he makes the grab. What a play and foul ground by Cody Morel.
Looked like a changeup by Mitchie.
Yeah, it was an off-speed pitch, and it fooled O'Neill, who hit it off the end of the bat, and Morel.
Now batting number 36, Brandon Dufault.
And Morel tracked it down. Nice play. He's rock solid over there. Here's the pitch of Brandon Dufault. Fastball low. Dufault looks like he stands about 6'5", huh, Paul? He's got a couple inches on Jake.
Yeah, he's definitely a little taller than Jake. He's got some filling out to do, and we know he's going D1. Heck of a ball player right there.
Another pitch low.
I believe he's going to Northeastern, right? Is he the one going to Northeastern? I know they have.
Not quite sure,
Costa's
Paul.
going to University of Hartford. And one of the kids is going to
Fastball, ground ball to short. Hyzak up with it. Nice throw over to first base, and it's 2 down. 2 up, 2 down.
one's going to Northeastern.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 7, Zach German.
So Jack German strides in right now. 2 up, 2 down so far. Pretty easy inning so far for Mitchie. Let's hope it stays that way. Here comes the pitch. Fastball inside. Seven versus 7 here, Paul. There comes the pitch. And there's a ground ball to third. Morrell with the backhand going towards the line. Long throw across the diamond, and Tyler
Nice
scoops it up
play.
and makes the play.
Nice play
And it
right there.
ends the inning. That looked like a 6-pitch inning, Paul.
7 pitches.
7-pitch inning. 21 pitches through 2 innings for
That was
Mitch.
good.
3 up, 3 down, and that's how you play defense.
Big difference. He, if you notice, was keeping the ball low, but was not afraid to bust inside.
Yep.
Right? And we noticed that, granted, a couple were balls, but it doesn't matter. He's marking his territory. He's letting those hitters know, I'm coming inside. I'm not afraid to come inside. And it gets them thinking. Then he knows how to throw that ball low and away.
Right, and that's something we've talked about all along, right? The batter comes in there, he stands close to the plate, and as a pitcher, you can't be afraid to come into his kitchen. That's your play too.
That's right.
And you got to throw the ball in there, and hopefully he jams himself, and that looks like that's what happened there. Kev had O'Neill off balance on the curveball, and a weak pop up to Morrell, foul pop, and 2 ground balls, and that's what happens when you play defense too. Grounded to short, grounded to third. A little tougher play for Morrell than it was for Hyzak. He had to go towards the line on the backhand, a long throw across the diamond. Easy scoop for Tyler over at first base. Speaking of which, Santoro will lead off the inning.
And Dufo is going to Northeastern. Solid D1 school in New England. You have Northeastern, URI, UConn.
Leading off, the first baseman, number 4, Tyler Santoro.
But you know what? These kids aren't afraid. We have Jake's going to SNU. We have other kids going to play college baseball
Cody Morrell
next
going
year.
to Plymouth State.
Right. Matt's going to Nichols. So
Matt's going to Nichols to pitch. Yeah, and then we have a bunch of juniors, and I'm sure next year at this time when
he's saying the same
John
thing.
and I are sitting here talking, we're going to be saying the same thing. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball up high. He swings and misses.
But you know what? Both towns historically have always bred elite talent.
They sure have. I mean, these towns have battled for years, as you and I know, through Little League, high school, pitch, fastball right down the middle. Tyler's in a hole quickly, 0-2. Looks down at coach for a sign. Haven't seen a curveball all day. Be a good spot for one here. He steps off. He was actually still on the rubber when he went to his mouth. Not sure.
Not
if,
sure. Right. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
That's supposed to be a balk.
Balk, right?
He fights
Fought
off
off.
that fastball.
But you know what? Probably a little outside. He didn't like it. Did
Yep.
the right thing, right?
Yep.
We said the other day, Wade Boggs would file pitches off like that all day long until
Right.
the pitcher made a mistake and came back inside.
Yeah, he looked like he was looking for the curveball. Saw the fastball, fought it off. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball low and outside. 1-2 count, making him work here. As I'm looking out in the mound, Dufo, he's not on the rubber with that left foot, but, he needs to step off completely in order to go to the mouth. Curveball outside misses. There's the curveball,
There's the
Paul.
curveball. And you know what? His tempo still looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Same
much
arm
change,
speed.
right?
Same arm speed. It's not a slow curve. The curve still has some gas on it. But now we've seen it. 2-2, fastball coming. There it is. Strike
There
3
it is.
right down the middle. Tyler goes down.
You knew that was coming.
Yep, not sure what he's looking at there. Got to swing at that.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 5, Connor Hyzak.
Now, if you notice right away, first thing you notice is Connor Hyzak's deeper in the box. Smart ball play right
Yep.
there. He knows.
Big wide stance. Hyzak swings at a high strike. Going up there, hacking. Connor's hitting in the 7 hole today. Moved even further back now. Pitch, fastball, hard ground ball to second. Fielded by German. Throw to first base, and it's 2 down. Good piece right there.
Absolutely. I like the fact he knew what to do. He went.
Batting, the second baseman, number 14, Clay Campbell.
Right to the second baseman. He had, German had to make a little move, come to his right. Force him to make a play, right?
Yep. Campbell also moved down in the order today, hitting the 8th spot. The only him and Morrell, the only lefties in the lineup. Takes a ball. Pitch, fastball, looked like it jammed him.
Ooh.
It handcuffed him, didn't go. Umpire called it a ball.
And you know what? I have a great vantage point on this side. He didn't go. He kept
Yeah.
wrist didn't break. He held it back. It was nice
Well,
job.
no third base ump. There's no one to appeal to.
No.
Pitch misses low, 3-0.
I like what he's doing here. He didn't chase that ball right there was pretty close. He didn't chase after it. That's just going to foul off his foot.
Right. I mean, it's a 2-0 pitch. You're looking for your pitch there. You don't want to swing at the
Exactly.
pitcher's pitch. 3-0, I can't imagine he'll be swinging here. Takes ball 4. So another walk.
A smart at bat right there, Mike,
Yep.
by the young kid.
So that's already the third walk thrown by Dufo.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 17, Taylor French.
So Goffstown without a hit, but Dufo's already walked 3 of the first 8. And here's Taylor French, who ended yesterday's ball game by getting hit with a pitch with the bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses. That's now 5 in a row thrown by Dufo.
And you know what, Mike? He's taking away that low called strike.
Yeah.
I mean, he is missing low, but he'll bring it back up.
Yeah, I could see Hood moving to his right to go get that, so
Yep.
it's off the plate. Not sure by how much, but Paul, you've done the plate as well as I have, and you know if you're not sure, but you see the catcher moving, you're going to give the benefit of the doubt, and you're going to call it a
Right.
ball. We talked about that yesterday when Jake came from the outside corner to the inside corner. I thought it was a ball, but
And
the
he
pitch
still
was
got the
actually in there
strike.
for a strike. So give credit to the umpire for sticking with it. There's a ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through
Nice
for a base
base
hit. Good piece of hitting right there by French on a 2-0 pitch, and it's a base hit up the middle. And now we have first and second with 2 outs, and Tyler Small coming to the plate.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Tyler Small.
All right, top of the order. And we know that Small last time brought that to 6 pitches. He had a
And he
6-pitch at bat.
He
That was
walked and scored.
really good at bat.
It's good to see French stay hot. I mean, Frenchie had a couple of had a hit yesterday. He had a walk and he got hit by a pitch. Pitched a great game as well.
Right. But it also lets right now we have that luxury, so Mitchie can just worry about pitching.
Yep. Small digs in and he takes a fastball inside.
And again, he's throwing these balls. Why swing until you get a strike,
Yep.
maybe, right?
Dufo's throwing a lot of pitches here. He threw 6 to Tyler. He walked Clay in 4 straight. Threw a couple to Taylor. Fastball right down the middle. Reared back. Put a little extra on that one.
But I like what Small did. He
Yep.
wasn't budging.
Yep.
He was. I think same thing we were just talking about. He's going to wait for a strike.
Yep. 1-1 count, first and second. Clay with a good lead over at second base. French, good secondary here. That's a low pitch. It's 2-1. Dufo pulling the sleeves up a little bit. Gathers himself. Campbell with a good lead over there at second base. Here comes the pitch. And he hits a fly ball down the right field line. The right fielder going over, running, and it goes into the bullpen. Long foul. Counts 2-2 now. Tyler coming back. The catcher, Chris Hood, hands him his bat. Good sportsmanship.
Absolutely. Again, the history here, but it's all good history
Yeah, I
between
mean,
these two teams.
they're rivals, but it's a friendly rivalry, friendly in air quotes. It's not like the Canadians Bruins,
No, but we say Canadians. It's friendly too, Mike, like you just said.
And he fouls off. Hey, there's the brand new ball into the river, just like we talked about. Tax dollars just went up.
We've got to get a high school kid out there. Maybe get a football player who during off season wants to do a little upper body workout.
I have a couple kayaks too. I can bring one
Right.
down. So the count remains 2-2. Runners are striding off the base. Dufo looks in. Long steps off now.
You know, Frenchie's taking a big lead. I like that already. It was an early secondary lead, but he's not being held on.
No,
Koza's
I mean,
sitting
Koza's
back
playing
there.
behind him like he should.
He's not even moving.
Costa, he's bluffed a few times at Campbell. Maybe him and Dufault might put something on. He bluffs again, kicks the dirt. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice block
Nice
back
stop.
there by Hood. No sense in Campbell running there because now the count's full. He's going to be off with this pitch, so it's just the same. And Dufault calls his catcher out to the mound for a conference. What are we going to do here? 2-0, full count and 2 outs. Runners are off with the pitch. A base hit's going to score Campbell.
And he knows he puts him on. It just, again, more pitches that gets Smitty on. Smitty's doing well, hitting the ball. Then you're going to start getting into the meat of the order.
Yep.
He doesn't want that with runners on.
Yep. Outfielder swung around towards right. They're not expecting him to pull the ball here. Center fielder is shallow, as is the left fielder. Small gets a hold of one, hits it over that center fielder's head. He can run it for a while. Here's the pitch. And he takes strike 3 called. Looked like it was outside. The catcher called it in, and he got the call. And the score at the end of 2 full is Windham 2 and Goffstown 1.
Tell you what, Mike, he threw 22 pitches in that inning. So that means he's up to 39 after 2. And when he comes back out, he's going to be facing 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's not going to get any easier for Dufault.
No, it's not, Paul. And, the kid's got a great arm. I'm sure he's going to go, he can't pitch tomorrow already anyway,
right.
So he's in there for 120 pitches.
They're riding that horse.
Or until what happens, unless he starts getting hit hard. But, both teams to this point, pretty evenly matched. 5 errors, like I said, between the 2 teams. Only 2 hits, 1 apiece. There's been 3 walks by Dufault. Mitchie hasn't walked anybody yet. Mitchie struck out 1. Dufault struck out 3 so far. All 3 of his strikeouts have been looking, Paul.
Yep. And I'll tell you exactly, and that's the thing. They've got to at least protect the plate, throw the head of the bat out there, and foul it off. I'd rather see that, but they'll make the adjustment. They have to. Otherwise, Dufault's going to end up owning them as this game goes along. He'll get stronger.
Yeah. I mean, you want to see them. Yeah, you want to see them take pitches, but, the further you get behind in the count.
Now batting for Windham, the center fielder, number 27, Donovan Hopkins. Number 22, Donovan Hopkins.
But I don't want to see us. We lost there was an opportunity there, Mike. It was a missed opportunity for us, and we can't have that happen every inning. We could have put up another run, tied the game up. We didn't, left ducks in the pond.
Right. I mean, leaving men on base. The first inning we left a couple. In that inning left, so 4 men left on base already. Hopkins digs in, hit a base hit his first time up. Mitch misses with the pitch in the dirt. Hit a ground ball that was in the hole. Morrell came over and couldn't field it cleanly. Don't think he would have threw him out anyway.
But I like the fact he's throwing that changeup.
Ground ball foul down at third base.
Looked like that was a changeup again.
Yep.
But you know what? It keeps them thinking, right? Is he going to then come in with a curveball or keep a fastball low?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do, right? You got to make him guess. Mitchie throws a curveball and it hits him. Curveball that got away from him. You could see it as soon as it left his hand. Didn't really have a good grip on that one.
Batting the right fielder, number 2, Chad Roach.
Yeah, Mitch tried to come in with the curve there. He had a fastball. He threw a changeup. Tried to come in with the curve. Didn't get a good grip on it. And hit him square in the back. So now you get Hopkins on first base. He stole. Got a good lead over there. Mitch has got to throw over. There he does. You can see Tyler shaking the mitt, trying to get his attention to get him to throw over there. Roach hit that fly ball to center field that was questionable as to whether – good secondary lead there. Questionable as to whether Small actually caught it or not. The umpire said he did not, and it was not on the exchange, and it went as a 2-base error. So we have a 1-0 count. Good lead over there at first base. The runner's not going. Pitch is high. 2-0 count.
2-0.
Not where you want to be with the 2-hitter here. Mitch looking in. Good pitch to hit here. Runner goes, and there's a long drive to center field. Small under it. Makes the catch this time. Secures the ball, throws into second base, and there's no advancement from the runner.
I'll have a chat with Tyler when he comes over the house Friday night. And tell him, get those 2 hands on there.
Yeah.
Get that up, because now these kids are fast. Your hand's already in there to make that throw in.
Now batting the shortstop, number 8, Tom Costa.
Costa was hit by a pitch, his first at bat. Just grazed the front of his jersey. Good lead. The runner goes. Pitch out. The throw by
Nice
Jake
throw.
on the money. He's
Nice
got him.
throw.
What
Nice
a bullet
throw.
They
Wow.
read that one beautifully. It was a pitch out.
What a shoot right there.
It was a pitch out. They read it. They knew what was going on. And there's 2 down. You know, you could see it, you know. You saw Jake moving out. Now with 2 down, Mitchie throws in the dirt.
Again, like we've said, no stranger, right?
Right.
He knows they're going to take off. Maybe that Little League catching coach helped him out a little bit. What do you think?
Maybe a little. Here comes the 2-0. Fastball low. 3-0.
I don't want to see him lose Costa.
No, you know.
Don't want him on. He's a fast kid. He's baseball smart. I want to keep him off the bag.
Yep. I mean, especially with 2 outs. All kinds of moving. We got Kozer on deck. High fastball, and he loses him. So now Costa's been on base twice. He was erased on a ground ball to Hyzak in the first inning.
Now batting the first baseman, number 11, Steve Koza.
And I'll tell you what, Mike. Costa can run. He's fast. He's quick. Baseball smarts.
Yeah. Koza grounded to, like I said, he grounded the short last time up. They went to second, got Costa. There's a ground ball. Morel coming to his left, makes the play, sets and throws to first base, and they got him. You know, what a play by Morel. Did you see that, Paul?
Took his time.
He took his time. He knows Koza doesn't have the greatest speed. He was hustling down the line, yes, but he took his time, gathered himself, got his feet under him, and made a nice throw.
11 pitches for Mitchie. I'll tell you what, he's looking good. He's hitting his spots. I know he hit that kid, and he walked Costa, but still, when that changeup's working, fastball, he's not afraid to bust inside. He's doing extremely well against a very good Windham Jaguar team.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, we've mentioned this a couple times. Actually, Roach has hit the ball the hardest of anybody. He
Right.
had 2 fly balls to center field. One he reached on an error. They have 1 hit, and that hit was just dribbled off of Cody's glove as he was coming across to make a play. And, you know, he hasn't walked anybody. He's hit 2. He's only struck out 1. But, you know, he's doing what he needs to do.
Absolutely.
Pitch count, he's only at 32 pitches through 3 innings. He's doing what he needs to do to give his team a chance. And now the team needs to pick him up here.
Yep, and right now we have Smitty coming up, Matt Woodward, and Cody Morrell. And I would love to see Jake come up as well. Keep doing what they've been doing the last at-bat that they each had. Work the count. See, Smitty only took 2 pitches. Maybe take 1 or 2 more. Unless he sees that fastball that he likes belt high. But Dufo's been keeping that ball more towards that knee and that low strike.
Yeah, he has. You know, Goffstown, like we said, through the first 2 innings, have already left 4 men on base. So we can't keep doing that against a good team like this.
Yep.
Now batting the left fielder, number 10, Ethan Smith.
And you know something, Paul? You mentioned the rivalry between these 2 teams. Look at the fan base. I
It's
mean,
huge.
Look at the contingent here from Windham down the first base line. And, you know, there's 40, 50 people over there.
Absolutely.
And then it goes all the way around the backstop. They put this block behind the backstop now.
And there has to
There's
be.
a ground ball by Smith on the first pitch. You don't want to hit it to Costa.
No,
That's
he's money over there,
That's dead
unfortunately.
man's land right there. You know, you hit the ball to him and might as well just walk back to the dugout. So first pitch swinging and 1 pitch, 1 out.
I tell you mentioned
Now
how many
batting
people we have.
the right fielder,
And right now,
21,
left field, you look down there, it's packed as well.
Oh yeah, I mean because they put some black behind the plate, so now you can't sit behind the plate, but you know off to either side of that and right below us on Dad's row, it's
packed.
triple as many people. And
Matt
Matt
got
gets
hit.
off speed pitch, hits Matt. Matt does the right thing, and he kind of shies away from it.
Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Cody Morrell.
As we know, Matt is clearly a threat to steal. Right
Yeah.
here to put himself in a position if that ball gets bobbled, if it's in the dirt. So we'll see how we start off, what Coach Lawrence wants to do here in the first or second pitch.
Yeah, you know, you got a great hitter at the plate, so you don't want, you know, maybe you put a play on, a hit and run.
Don't take the bat out
You don't
of
want
his
to take
hands.
the bat out of his hand. A big swing by Cody, looking first pitch fastball, got it, and swung and missed. You don't want to try that again with Cody.
No, he'll make you pay.
And the right fielder was actually moving with the pitch going to his left. So, He saw the pitch was going inside, saw the swing Cody put on it. An off-speed pitch, took something off that one, Paul, and the count's quickly 0-2.
I like that idea. He knows right now Cody's a little amped up, right?
Yeah, looking for a foul. He knows he had a good cut on the fastball. I mean, that's a smart pitcher. Good lead over at first base by Matty. Fastball low. Cody takes a ball.
But Matt did the right thing, took a nice secondary lead. If that ball got away from Hood, he's taken off. So smart baseball all around by everybody, and nice stop by Hood.
Yep. 1-2 count. Off-speed pitch again. Ooh. Just misses outside. It's not. It looks too hard to be a changeup. That's not his fastball.
No.
He's taking something off, unless that's a split finger or something.
Coach from Windham took a few steps out and chirped to the umpire. I don't think he liked that call.
There's the 2-2. Fastball inside, gets by the catcher, as you said, and there goes Matt to second base. And almost, Paul, you almost willed that one to happen.
I'm going to keep willing, Mike. So I know John's not going to say a word right now with Mitchie still pitching. His blood pressure's going through the roof.
Oh, yeah, he's as red as a beet right now.
But it's smart baseball, Cody. Don't let it hit him. He's a good hitter. Let him hit. Matt took off as soon as he saw that go off the catcher's glove.
So it counts now 2-2. Dufault steps off. Here comes the pitch, and it's in the dirt. Sorry, the count was 3-2.
It was 3-2.
And Cody walks for the second time, and that brings up Jake. And here comes a mound visit by the coach.
I'll tell you what, it's a perfect timing for a mound visit. And fortunately for Jake, he's been hitting the ball well and no longer snake bit. It's actually finding a hole.
The catcher, number 18, Jake Hunt.
So all we need right now, he knows he doesn't have to come up here to be a superhero. Put the ball in play, but if he can get the ball in the air to right field, moving these runners, at least moving one to 90 feet. But if it's on the ground in that gap, you have great speed at second base. He's scoring.
Paul, if he hits the same hit he hit last time up, he's got a base hit. He hit a ground ball between the hole and first and second. The first baseman went over. Now the first baseman. Now look at over at first base. You got Steve Koza and Cody Morrell, old friends, chatting it off over at first base right there.
Oh, they're chirping a little.
And Koza now comes off the bag, not going to hold him on. So he's playing behind Morrell. So that hole is shortened up now for Jake. But that same ball he hit last time, if he hits it there, he's going to get a base hit. First and second, here comes the pitch. Pitch is low. And it looks like Dufault's struggling a little bit here, Paul.
He absolutely is. And you know what? Great pitcher. We get it. Great athlete. That doesn't mean he has the mental toughness to always do 100% all the time. I mean,
he's not automatic.
No.
He's thrown a lot of pitches.
Ted Williams struck out, right?
There's a pitch right down the middle. Nice pitch.
That was a challenge. He said, I'm coming back at you.
Paul, he's thrown a lot of pitches. He was at 39 when the inning started. And, he's already walked 4, and he's hit a batter. So, we've only got one hit, but he's thrown a lot of pitches so far. Even on the outs, they've made him work for the most part. Jake steps out. Now, Jake knows the situation here. He knows what he has to do. If he's going to make an out, it has to be a productive one.
Absolutely.
He doesn't want to hit a one-hopper to short. He's got a good hole between first and second. There's the pitch, low and outside.
He's making him throw. I like it.
Yep.
He sees that rotation. You've talked to Jake many times. You see that rotation on a don't go now in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Right.
Let it go.
Right. I mean, he's up 2-1. He's looking for his pitch here. Dufault looks in. Here comes the pitch. Fastball outside. Now Jake's in the hitter's count. 3-1. Tyler on deck, and Tyler's just going to stay within himself.
Yep. He's chatting with one of the coaches right now, and I'm sure that's what Coach is saying. Just go up there, relax. Make him throw to you.
Couldn't tell who that was. I don't know if that was Burke or Lopez. I think it was Burke. Here comes the pitch. 3-1 outside, and it's ball 4.
We'll take a walk.
And now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Tyler. That's already the 5th walk of the ball game for Dufault.
What?
Now batting, the first baseman, number 4, Tyler Santoro.
Mike, Tyler's been hot. He's putting, the head of the bat, the knob of the bat right to the ball. His hands to the ball, and he's done very well. I know last at bat he'd like that back. Looking at that, he knew it was questionable, but he won't make that same mistake twice.
No, he's got to be aggressive here. First pitch, fastball, swings and misses. Good pitch. Took a little bit off of that. He knew Tyler was going to be amped up. Took a little bit off that, pulled the string on him. Tyler's got to stay aggressive, though. He can't back down. Don't want to see him take a strike here. That's what happened to him last time, got in an 0-2 hole. Tyler calls time.
His pace. You know, he's got to get in the head of the pitcher. It's a game. You know that.
Yep. You know, he's a little anxious right now. He wants to make something happen. But you know what? He has to put the ball in play first. Here comes the pitch. Fastball outside. You know, he took something off that one too, Paul. I think Dufault is kind of aiming a little bit. You know, he's been all over the place.
Right.
And, you know, when he throws that hard fastball, he's thrown a lot of balls, as we said. He's already walked 5. Tyler's going to be patient. Pitch a low fastball. Oh,
ooh. I'll tell you what.
That was a low pitch. That's been a ball for a long time now. And Tyler's not happy with that call.
I'll do my best to be
same
quiet.
Here. Umpire saw what he saw. Here comes the pitch. 1-2. And he hits a fly ball to right center. That should get a run in. Matt's on the bag. The catch. Here comes the throw. It's a good throw. It's offline. Matt slides in, and he's safe, and Tyler does his job. Sack fly, and it's a tie ball game.
Nice job.
Good piece of hitting right there. Good speed by Matt.
It's just what we needed right there. You know, and you had, if you noticed, Jake and Cody come off the bags
right?
just in case that catcher drops the ball.
Number 5, Connor Isaac.
Or if it's an errant throw, they know that they then can advance as well. So it was good running all the way around. Matt Wood with some great speed, and Tyler did what he's supposed to do. Right center field, deep enough, right?
Productive out, Paul. That's what we talk about, right? You're going to hit the ball, put the ball in the air, try to drive something. He was in the hole, 1-2, looking for a pitch he could handle. You know, a ground ball to the right side, a fly ball to the right side, good enough to score the run. Matt's got great speed at third base. Here comes Connor. Connor takes a strike. Now, I would love to see Connor break out right here. Connor needs a hit right here.
He's due.
He's due.
He doesn't have to worry about doing too much here. Put the ball in play.
Right. I mean, he did a great job yesterday, top of the 7th, as a leadoff hitter, got on base.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
This would do wonders for his confidence right now if he could get a base hit. And there's a ground ball to third, scooped up, throw across the diamond to retire the side. Good piece by Connor right there.
He
hit
made
the ball
contact,
hard,
right? He hit the ball hard.
but a run scores, and after 3 full innings, the score is Goffstown 2 and Windham 2.
19 pitches that inning. So he's at 58 pitches total. And that's after 3 innings. And I'm sure everybody in Windham right now, they're not overly concerned. They know this kid, 58 pitches, that may be a lot for his average. But Goffstown finally got patient, took the walks, took some pitches, saw that he was throwing so many balls. So instead of being aggressive, sit back, wait until he throws a strike. So that was some good ABs there.
Yeah, you know, it could have been a bigger inning, but you know what? They did what they needed to do. They got to get the tying run across, and they did. So now it's a brand new ball game. Everybody did their job. We had some walks. Again, without the benefit of a hit, we scored a run. 5 walks so far in the ball game. We scored a run in the first inning without a hit. The only time we did get a hit, we didn't score. 2 walks, a hit batsman, and a sac fly. But you know what? Sometimes you got to manufacture runs, Paul, against good pitchers.
Absolutely.
And you can't keep.
And we did that yesterday, right? With the bump with Cody.
Right.
You have small ball sometimes.
Right. And you got to take advantage of your opportunities. I mean, we've still left 6 runners on base through 3 innings so far, so 2 every inning. We're getting a lot of base runners, and sooner or later, someone's going to have a big hit.
Yeah, and I don't know. Riley Parent had left with, it looked like his family in the car. He packed up his gear and most likely probably to get checked out. And Windham did not give us their sub, so all I have is number 3.
Right, and number 3 is playing left field, and we're not sure. I wonder if we can get someone down there to get off the book.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3.
Hey, Greg, can you look up their roster?
It's not online.
They don't have it. Hey, Nolan, who's number 3? They never gave us his name.
There's a pitch foul tip for a strike. Mitchie's ahead quickly, 1 strike. And there's a line drive base hit to right field. I think I just heard his name was Burns.
C. Burns.
So all we have is C. Burns, and he has a base hit to right field. We apologize.
Now batting the catcher, number 27, Chris Hood.
We apologize for not having the name. We weren't supplied with the substitutes. The roster for Windham was not online, and we want to bring you the most accurate information we can. So we just work with what we have delivered to us. So
Cameron Burns.
Cameron Burns is on first base. Hood, the catcher. He hits a line drive right to Campbell. Steps on second base for one.
There we
Throws to
go.
first for a double play. What a play by Clay Campbell. So Campbell, a one hopper, he backhanded it, made the play, and Burns just froze at first base. He thought it was a line drive that we caught.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 23, Connor O'Neill.
And Campbell took his time, made a great throw over to first base.
I had my headset ripped out with John Scotchy with his size 15 feet. Hit my cord.
Curveball for a strike. Mitch is mixing it up now. But, I mean, great play by Campbell. That ball was, probably 10 feet from the bag. It was scorched. A one hopper, a nice backhand, stepped on the bag, made a perfect throw to first base. Another
Nice. There we
curveball.
go. Oh, not sure where that missed.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We don't question umpires very
Nope.
often, but consistency is all we look for. Looked like the same pitch, fastball up high.
Yep. But I
2-1
like
now.
we talk about it all the time. He changed that eye level, right?
Yep,
Bring that up once in a while, and we'll see what he comes back with now.
I'd go back to the curve. Throws a fastball, another ground ball to Campbell. Campbell up with it, solid over there. Throws to first base, and that
There we go.
retires the side.
That's what we needed, Mike, right
Board,
there.
Mitch.
And Mitchie's done a great job out there.
A 7-pitch inning, Mike.
So he's only at 39 pitches through
39.
4 innings. Wyndham leaves nobody again, with the double play. And, Goffstown's going to take advantage here, Paul. They've had their opportunities. They've had base runners on every inning.
Absolutely.
Now we need the big hit. We don't need the productive out anymore.
Right.
We need the big hit. Well,
Right.
Actually, as long as we keep scoring one here and there,
Right.
and we're on the plus side, that's good.
We have to stay within striking distance like we did right there. You know what I mean? And right now we're going to have Clay Campbell coming up. As we saw, he owned that inning defensively. That was his inning. That's good. Right now he's leading off. How many times, and I don't want to jinx, but how many times in ESPN have you seen somebody just own an inning,
and then come up
they
and do
lead
something
off,
big.
and they do something, right? Get on base right here. And then we're going to have Taylor French coming up, and then we're right back to the top of the order, Mike.
Right.
I mean, we're finally getting beyond that 3-4 batters. Let's get a nice 5-6 batter inning
Right.
here.
And what we haven't said in a while, Paul, for either team? Error. It hasn't been an error since the first inning. 5
Right.
errors in the first inning, like we talked about. Maybe a little jittery.
On both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Both sides.
3 for Goffstown, 2 for Windham, and they've been playing solid defense ever since. And Campbell, I mean, that ball, that double play ball was scorched right at him. And he had a backhand. That's not an easy play to make. And then with the wherewithal to touch the bag and then make the throw over to first base.
Well-coached kid, good athlete. He knows baseball. He can play up the middle. He and Connor Hyzak. We have great middle infielders right here. So, kudos to him.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 14, Clay Campbell.
But Windham, we've just talked about it 2 seconds ago, and not interrupt you, Mike. They're just as jittery because they're coming into our house.
Oh, yeah.
Playing a very good Goffstown team, and they know that. Top 4 teams in the state right here.
Yeah, I mean, these teams, Paul, we've said it a million times. They've been battling for years, no matter what level of sport you're talking about. And it's not just baseball. And Clay swings at the first pitch and fouls one back out of play. It's not just baseball, Paul. It's football. It's it's all the other sports too.
Right.
So the girls are playing softball today, and I'm sure they're having an epic battle. It's not just baseball.
Right.
It's just the two towns, and that's what happens when you have good athletes in both towns. You're going to have epic games. And we have an 0-2 count quickly here. And Bedford's the other one. It's always Bedford, Windham, Goffstown. Bedford, Windham, Goffstown. Bedford, of course, a Division I team.
Right.
We're Division II, but, Little League, and you go through even into Senior League, Babe Ruth. We've seen it all, and we've battled these kids. Campbell Smart. The 1-2 pitch is low. Oh, that hit the umpire. And catcher's.
Sure, Hood's going to take a no. He's not taking a walk.
I thought Hood would take a walk. There he goes. Yeah, catchers no.
His coach told him to.
I mean, but that's respect. The coach. I don't care who told him to, but that's respect.
Absolutely.
Lawrence looks down, asks him if he's okay. He caught it in the foot. But, that's respect. The umpire would do the same if it was the catcher.
He's done that, and I'll speak for Jake's behalf, so many times.
Campbell immediately stepped out of the box to give him some time. So, fixing his gloves, fixing his helmet, looks back, make sure he's okay. So, you got to do the right thing. Now we got a 2-2 count. Dufo looking in. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, ground ball to third. Charity hop. Easy throw over to first base, and there's one out. Paul, the hops don't get any better than that one.
No, that was a gift right there.
He hit the ball hard, but
Now batting, the designated hitter, Taylor French.
we had Connor O'Neill over there at third base, a very good infielder. But, when you give him a hop right at his waist,
He's just going to
kind of hard to
receive
miss
that
that
ball,
one.
taking his
Yep.
time,
Nice
little
easy
pump,
throw.
easy throw to first.
Oh, Taylor fooled on that one and swings. Taylor's been hot. Taylor singled up the middle his last at bat. Like to see him on base here. He's hitting for Mitchie. We just want Mitchie on the bench right now with the jacket on his arm.
That's right.
Keep doing what he's doing.
Hydrate, relax, stay focused.
Paul, we talked a lot about the weather yesterday. Beautiful day today. I mean, the sun is out, but we get a hazy sun. Probably about 70 degrees. No wind. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day to play baseball. Here comes the pitch in the dirt.
And a Grizzly win, hopefully. Right?
Well, a Grizzly
stay
win.
focused.
Grizzly win is that's always the ultimate goal. Whether
Right.
rain, snow, I don't care what it's doing weather-wise. We want the Grizzlies to win. Tyler Smalls have a collection of baseballs down there. Here comes the pitch.
Oh,
And it's now 3-1.
he almost wore that one.
Yeah, he did. Almost a repeat of yesterday,
Yes.
huh, Paul?
I didn't know if he was going to rotate in, but
Well, if the
You know.
bases were loaded, maybe he would have. but,
Right.
This one he's getting out of the way of. That's a little faster than the pitch that hit him yesterday.
yeah, yesterday was a lazy curveball.
Yeah.
That was a inside fastball.
Pitch low and ball 4. And Taylor's on first. So Taylor's been on twice.
All right, we're at top of the
We're
order
at
right
the top
now.
of the order.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 1, Tyler Small.
Tyler's been on base. He walked his first at bat and scored and struck out looking his next time up. I'd like to see Tyler get into one here.
You know what he's due? He's worked the count. He walked and he struck out. Boy, he was red hot for a while.
Yeah, then that wrist injury sat him down a little bit, kind of
It
got him out of
definitely-
his groove. So now he just has to get back into it. Trust
It
that
absolutely
wrist.
Did.
We got Frenchie at first base, not the most graceful base runner in the world.
No,
Just want him to stay close there.
don't get picked off.
Yeah. Good secondary lead. That's what you like to see. We get a 1-1 count now.
The crowd keeps growing,
Comes
Mike.
the pitch.
I'll tell you what, it's getting bigger and bigger as this game's going on.
Yeah, Paul, it almost has a playoff feel to it, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
It's a big game. Windham right now stands at 5-1 in the standings. Their only blemish is to Sauhegan. Pitch for a
Ooh.
strike, 2-2.
Yep.
Goffstown
good
at
pitcher.
7-1. So their only blemish to Oyster River on a beautiful pitching performance by Brandon Oxford.
And they know top 4 teams get a bye. It starts right
Yep.
here when you this game right here. I mean, it started at the beginning of the season, but whoever wins this is in the driver's seat for one of those
There's
spots.
a line drive, base hit to
hit.
right field. French had a duck. That ball almost hit him. The right fielder thought about throwing into second base. Chad Roach then thought better of it, but now we have first and second with 1 out, and we have Ethan Smith coming up.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 10, Ethan Smith.
You got to keep this going right now. Go on the attack, but be patient at the plate, right? But you find that pitch that you have to hit, you have to do it here.
Here's what they need to score, Paul. I mean, again, another inning for the 4th consecutive inning. They've had at least 2 men on base. They're starting to hit the ball. They got another walk. Ethan's 0 for 2. He's grounded to the third and flied out to right. He swings at the first pitch and had a nice cut.
He
fouled
was
it
on
straight
that,
back.
boys.
He was right on that
He was
one.
on that.
And there's another guy I'd like to see break out right here. Ethan's one of the better hitters in the team. He's been in a little funk this year as well.
But always has a big smile on his face.
Oh.
He's a team player.
He's a great kid.
Infield, outfield, they've thrown him at catcher. He's that utility guy you need.
Fastball misses. Tough kid to double up. He's got better than excellent speed going down the baseline. There's some good speed out there right now. We got Taylor Small at first base. Tyler French, not the greatest speed, but, he's doing what he needs to do right now. He's got a big lead over there. He's getting a good secondary. Costa's kicking sand at him. Here comes the pitch. Fastball
Nice pitch
misses
outside.
outside.
That was good. Good take. Good take. He didn't
Paul,
chase after it there.
Dufault's been outside a lot today. He's
Yep.
been pitching outside, working that outside part of the plate.
Right.
Yep. He's working from the edge of the mound. He's got that big, long stride. Like we mentioned, he's got to be at least 6'5". And then Ethan
Absolutely.
calls timeout.
Jake solid 6'3". Maybe they said Doc says just a tad over. So yeah, Dufo's definitely a 6'5" kid.
And Dufo's going to lead off next inning, so he'll be standing right next to Jake, so we can show you what we mean by that. Got a couple inches on him. Oh, Koza goes over to first base, and then Dufo steps off.
That's
so
all right.
Actually, not a bad idea right there. I'm not sure if they had a play on, but Koza went running over, and if they did, if he throws it and he leads him perfectly, would have been close with Small. French was actually going back to the bag. There's the pitch, and Ethan has a ground ball back to the mound. He goes to second base to Costa for one, throw to first, double play.
Wow.
And that's about the only way you're going to double up Ethan Smith, and that's what they do. And just like that, they're out of the inning. A 1-6-3 double play.
That was huge right there.
It sure was, Paul. I mean, Ethan got a good pitch there. He hit the ball hard. I mean, if Dufault doesn't spare that ball goes into center field. But, that's the only way you're going to double Ethan up. He hits the ball that hard, right back to the pitcher. And, you get that middle infield like you talk about. Tom Costa, once he got the ball, it's good night, Irene, after that.
It's almost like money. 19 pitches that inning. He's been pretty consistent, 17, 22, 19, 19. He's at 77 pitches for the game so far after 4 innings.
And in contrast, Paul, right, we're through 4 full innings. We got a 2-2 ball game. And we just talked about Dufault with 77 pitches. Mitchie's thrown 39.
Right.
Almost half. And,
Mitchie's hitting the spots.
Mitch has let up 2 hits so far. One was an infield single in the first, and then the pinch hitter, we had Cameron Burns that came in to play for Parent. He hit a line drive single to right field. And, there's been probably 3 balls that have hit hard, the 2 to center field and then the single by Burns. But it actually, there was one more that last inning, too, the line drive, that the one hopper that Clay got. So they're actually starting to hit the ball a little better, but.
Batting the pitcher, number 36, Brandon Dufault.
Paul, I know Ethan just hit into the double play, but, we got Matt, 3, 4, 5 coming up next inning. So hopefully they can do something. They were all on base last time. So
we shut him down right here. Mitch changeup has worked very well for him. He's pitching inside. He's owning that plate right there. He needs to continue that right here and right now.
I'd like to see him throw a curveball right here, Paul. He threw a couple of, I can't remember which batter it was, but he started him off with 2 consecutive curveballs. One was a strike and one was not. Dufault, the pitcher, grounded as short as last time up. Takes 2 balls low.
Now looking at Dufault and Jake, he might be 6'4". We'll have to ask Mr. Tom Costa when he comes up for a visit.
Fastball down the middle.
There we go.
Strike.
How to hit your spot. How to
keep the ball down. 2-0. You're not going to give in to him there. Throws a knee-high fastball down the middle. Let him hit your pitch. Paul, you're right. I'm looking down the first base line, and it looks like about 10 or 15 more people out there. There's a fly ball, lazy fly to center field. Small drifting back, puts the glove up. Two hands. Makes the grab.
2 hands.
As if he heard you.
Oh, he knows. I'm not shy when the boys come over for pizza.
Something else, Paul? We're in the top of the 5th inning, and we're just over an hour in. I mean, both pitchers are doing a great job, and
right.
And the defense has been stellar since the first inning.
You can't pay to watch a better baseball game right now.
Zach German, the second baseman, digs in, takes a strike.
Batting the second baseman, number 7, Zach German.
But again, Mitchie keeping the ball low, hitting that strike, getting ahead.
Zach's also grounded out to third. There's the pitch
Nice
outside
pitch.
for a strike. Here comes the 0-2. Off-speed pitch, fouled away.
I like that call
Yeah,
right there.
I do too.
You saw how Zach, good hitter, right?
Yep.
But he was off balance, swaying way ahead. He wasn't expecting
Paul,
that.
you talk about Mitchie keeping the ball down. So far, 1 out here in the 5th. He's thrown 7 ground balls. There's a strike 3. Nice pitch. Pitcher's pitch right there. And Mitchell's second strikeout of the day, and it's 2 down for the top of the order.
Top of the order coming up.
Now batting the center fielder, number 27, Donovan Hopkins.
Oh, that pitch was behind him.
It was behind him.
That was the Manny Machado special right there. Yep. Yeah, slow curve throws behind him. Mitch trying to make a statement with that one. Hopkins is like, mosquitoes are out early this year. Digs in there with the 0-1 pitch, fouls the fastball straight back, 1-1. Hopkins singled in the first and stole second. He was hit by a pitch in the third and was thrown out by Jake. Beautiful throw on a pitch out. So Hopkins has been on base twice. Here comes the pitch. Curveball hits him, and he's hit for the second time.
I don't know if he's crowding the plate or if that's just a curveball.
That got away from him, Paul. You could tell. That's what happened to him the last time Hopkins was up. Same pitch, same result.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 2, Chad Roach.
Now, Chad Roach must have a bet going with Tyler Smalley. He's hit 2 fly balls to him so far. The first one, Small drop for an error, and the second one he caught. So he's gone to center field both times. Big lead over at first base by Hopkins.
I wonder if he's going to try to take off again.
And there's a little number back to the mound.
Right
and
to
that's the
Mitchie.
inning.
1 pitch.
Jammed him right off the fist. And Mitchie makes the play himself. We'll call it an L1. And the score at the end of 4.5 is Goffstown 2 and Windham 2. And Mitchell's done a great job. Paul, how many of that inning?
Let's see. We have 3, 4, 5. 12 pitches.
So he's only hit 51.
12 pitch inning.
51 innings through 5. 51 pitches through 5, Paul.
I have 51, right? So we have?
Yep. 51 pitches through 5 innings. It doesn't get much better than that, I'll tell you.
Jake.
So we have Mitchie's dad giving Jake some advice here, telling him if he's going to throw that curveball during the game, maybe he should warm up and throw it.
Right?
It's not rocket science.
Nope.
Mitchie's a straight-A student.
Speaking of that, I'll tell you what, we've talked about this ad nauseum, right? Off camera. Mitch Skokie is looking at schools like Tufts, Boston College. I'm surprised MIT's not on there.
Is he looking at your alma mater, Paul?
Bunker Hill Community College, academic powerhouse of Boston.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody say Harvard or anything else, all right?
Now batting, the right fielder, number 21, Matt Woodward.
Well, I should talk, Paul. I'm a product of Mass Bay Community College in Wellesley. So.
But there's something to be said. He's a good kid, grounded.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's.
Thank God for his mother.
Looking at Brown, Boston College.
Boston, right, Brown,
Brandeis, pitch in the dirt, and Matt takes ball 1. Matt struck out looking in the first and was hit by a pitch in the third. And Matt hits a ground ball in the hole. Costa way deep, long throw in the dirt, not scooped up. It goes to the fence.
Going to second.
Matt's rounding to second base. The catcher was not back. He couldn't make it there. Matt's going to make it to second base, no problem. And he's standing on second base.
I'll tell you what, an error throw by Tom Costa. I don't think I've seen him, because Jake plays summer ball with him, as you guys know. I don't remember the last time seeing him make an error like that.
Paul,
but it was tough.
Paul, that's a tough one. That's
Now batting, the third baseman, number 8, Cody.
What do you list it? What do you want to list it as?
That's at E6. I mean,
but that's a tough play.
It could be a single in an error, but he rushed the throw because Matt. But if Costa scoops it, he's probably going to get him.
Right.
So, I mean, it was a tough play. He was in the hole. He's got a cannon for an arm. He threw it maybe intentionally in the dirt to get a Cody up there a little bit anxious and swings to the pitch in the dirt.
And I'll tell you, Tommy's recovering. They just let it right before the season started. They finally released him. He and Jake were both out hurt throughout the winter. His arm was a little sore, so he's back. That was a great throw.
Oh yeah,
nice play. But
that's
a little low.
That's as far as that's the furthest you're going to make a throw at any point in the infield. So you have to have a rocket just to make first base from there. I mean, Paul, he was in the hole. If you look where he's standing now, he's 40 feet more to his right, and 5 feet back.
Yep.
And then he's going to throw that across the diamond. That's almost 200 feet
against one of the fastest
kids on the field.
Both between both teams.
Pitch to Moose. And Moose hits a line
That's
drive to left side. That's going to fall in the gap. That's going to score Woodward easily.
Woodward.
Cody rounds first base. He's going to be it. He's going to the second. The throw comes in. He slides in, and Cody Morrell double to him. Matt Woodward switches places with him, and Goffstown takes a 3-2 lead.
Wow, nice job by Cody Morrell. A great shot with the gap. He went with the pitch to left center field. That's great hitting right there.
Yeah, Paul, how many times do we...
The catcher, number 18, Jake Hunt.
How many times do we say it, Paul? You have to go where the pitch is pitched.
Right.
And Cody's probably the best hitter on the team. Not taking anything away from anybody here, but Cody's always been the best hitter, right? From Little League growing up, that lefty, and he hit the ball into the gap. With Matt's speed, he scores easily. Jake takes a strike. I'd like to see Jake get into one here. The boys didn't wait till you got 2-3 men on base to score a run this inning. You just needed a man on second base. And they get another one on second base now. They could have an inning here. You got Jake up and then Tyler after him. And then you got Connor after Tyler.
Doesn't get easier. Doesn't get any easier.
Pitch, take something off of that and call strike 2. Jake's been on base twice. He reached on an error by the first baseman and walked. Again, Paul, I can't say it enough. If we're going to make an out here, let's make a productive out. Get Cody over to third base with less than 2 outs. But Jake's not looking to make an out. He's looking for a base hit here. Big gap in left center field. Here comes the pitch. And strike 3 swinging.
That was a
Jake
challenge
got a good
pitch.
It was a challenge pitch.
That was a challenge pitch.
That was a mano-a-mano,
Yep.
and Dufault won that one.
Now batting the first baseman, number 4, Tyler Santoro.
So up comes Santoro. He's 0 for 1. He struck out looking in the first and hit a sacrifice fly to right that scored Matt. Pitch. Fastball takes for a strike. Again, took something off that one. Good take right there.
Hey, you got to shorten that swing.
Dufault taking his time. Costa playing with Moose over there. The pitch. Fastball fouled away. Good pitch.
Quick hands right there.
Yep.
He had quick hands. He waited. He came right in.
Yep. Got to put the ball in play here, though. You got Hyzak on deck. I'd like to see Moose at least make the third base here. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball up high. That could be a purpose pitch, though, Paul.
Of course.
You know how I've said that all the time.
Elevation
you come high,
change.
you come low.
Elevation change
And
right
Tyler
there.
knows. I've drilled this into his head since he was 5. You see a high fastball, you look for a low curveball the next pitch, or a low fastball, something low. Catcher's setting up outside. Here comes the pitch. And it's a low fastball in the dirt. Tyler takes off for first. And a throw down. And there's 2 outs.
almost missed that.
You got the pitch in the dirt, just like we talked about. Got the swing and miss, and there's 2 outs now for Connor Hyzak.
Well, I'll tell you what. Connor Hyzak, last at bat, hit the ball extremely well.
Now batting number 5, the shortstop, Connor Hyzak.
Right to third base, but he hit it very hard.
Yep.
And he showed me something that last at bat. He's changed, back. He's back up in the box a little bit more than he was last time. They're going to walk him.
They're going to walk Hyzak to pitch to Campbell. They're going to put runners at first and second. And Campbell, who walked in the second inning and grounded to third.
I'll tell you what, a little bit of a gamble there by the coach.
Now batting number 14, the second baseman, Clay Campbell.
Yeah, a little gamble. It's kind of smart. You set up, he knows that.
First, second, third.
He knows Clay grounded to third base his last time up. That he put the force on. He can just step on the bag instead of making a throw. But you got to watch out for that. Pitches in the dirt.
Moves him 90 if that gets past him.
Yep. And then you got Frenchie on deck. French has been on base twice. He singled and walked. And then you roll to the top of the order. Umpire's telling the boys to move more into the dugout. Yeah. Yep. He's got a lefty bat. Actually, that's a great move by the umpire because
Absolutely.
with Clay up as a lefty, if he lines a line drive into our dugout, Jake, Ethan was standing just past the fence. There's no protection there. And there's a ground ball to second. Comes up with it and throws him out, and that retires the side. But Goffstown picks up a run and takes the lead. And as we move along to the top of the 6th inning, it's Goffstown 3 and Windham 2.
14 pitches that inning for Dufault. And they had somebody warming up in the bullpen. I don't know if it was just a side throw just to loosen up. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but they had somebody going. Dufault right now is at 91 pitches, Mike, and that's after 5 innings. It's a lot of pitches.
Yeah, and he's a big kid, right? And 91 pitches isn't gonna kill him. But you know what? He's walked a lot of people, And, that last inning was his best inning for strikeouts. He struck out 2, got Jake and Tyler back-to-back.
Yep.
That was key. Runner on second
huge.
base with no outs,
Huge.
and those guys weren't able to move the runner over. But, we got a lead. The boys, Matty reached on the error by Costa. Again, tough error, but the throw was there. That's the only reason why I call it an error. It was in the dirt. The throw was there. If it was scooped, it would have got him. And then he went to second base as the ball went by the first baseman. And then Cody with the line drive double to left center.
I mean, bottom line is, yes, in the hole. He fielded it. He still has to make the throw with the scoop.
Yeah. And again, like we talked about, that's the longest throw you're going to make in baseball right there. And maybe we're a little tough on him. Maybe it could have been a single and an error. We'll see. See what the official scorer says later on.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 8, Tom Costa.
And there you go, Paul. You talk about a kid for half an inning, and he comes striding up to the plate right here.
Yep.
Trying to get some redemption here. He knows. He knows his play, and
That's right.
that runner scored. So he wants to get up here for some payback. Costa's been on base twice. He was hit by a pitch in the first and walked in the third.
That you hear that shudder? It's just I'm sneaking a few shots here, so don't mind Dad.
Curveball for a strike, and I like to see that from Mitch. And we just talked about that. Keeping them off balance. Here comes the 0-1. Another curveball, just misses. So we got a couple guys going down to the bullpen. Number 5 for Windham is now running down to the bullpen. The catcher was going and stopped. There's a fastball. Ground ball to short. Hyzak comes up with it. Long throw. Got him.
Nice play by Connor. Very comfortable there at shortstop.
I'll tell you, Paul, after that first inning, the defense has been solid. Absolutely rock solid. That's the 8th ground ball out so far.
Batting, the first baseman, number 11, Steve Koza.
The 8th ground ball out so far. Well, the 8th induced ground ball. I mean, there was a couple errors, but 8th ground ball, Mitchie's induced by keeping the ball down. Here comes Koza, the big first baseman. Talk about a pitcher too, huh, Paul?
He is. He's the thrower. Koza's a thrower. We've seen him since he's been 8 years old, and heck of a ball player, heck of a pitcher.
And he hits a line drive to right field, tailing away from Matt, and it gets by Matt. It dropped and got by. That ball had some spin on it. That's going to go as a hit and an error. It goes all the way to the fence. Matt gets it in. Campbell's got the ball. Here comes the long throw to third base. He slides it. He's safe. So we're going to score that as a single and a two-base error.
Right.
Matt came in. It kind of, Matt was in between there. It was really he either charge it or not. And yesterday we saw him make a similar play where he stayed back on it so the ball didn't get by him. And today he decides to go the opposite way. And hopefully we don't pay dearly for that one. That was a nice line drive by Koza.
Now batting, Cam Burns.
And Cam Burns, his second at bat, he singled to right field his last time up. He came in to replace the injured Riley Parent.
And I'll tell you what, Koza was.
And there's a line drive, base hit to left field, and that's going to tie the ball game. And that gets by Smalls. And Burns is rounding first base, heading for 2. Smalls has a problem getting the ball on the fence. The coach was waving him to third. Good thing he didn't go. And now Burns is at second base with a stand-up double. And it's 3-3.
Jake's doing the right thing right now. Go out and talk to his young pitcher. Calm him down. We had a couple balls once he get past the outfielder, puts them right immediately in scoring position.
And Burns' first at bat hit a line drive to right center, very similar to that. That one there, that got out in a hurry, and it looked like it skidded off the grass.
Now batting, the catcher, number 27, Chris Hood.
And it quickly got by Small. And after an easy first out, ground ball to short, we've had 2 pretty hard hit balls, one to right, one to left center, and it's 3-3.
Ball came up a little. They made the adjustment.
And there's a fastball. Ground ball hit the second.
We'll take the
Campbell
takes
takes the ball, throws to first. Santoro comes off, watches the runner. And that is 2 down. The runner on third base.
And that's okay. One pitch with him. That's great. We want that. That one
we'll
pitch.
Take that.
He's out. Runners at third. I get it. Let's not worry about him.
Yep.
Let's attack this hitter.
That's the second time that Hood has grounded to second. He grounded to third in the first. Now we have Connor O'Neill, who's 0 for 2. He grounded to second his last at bat. Here's the pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Nice stop by Jake.
Now Now batting the third baseman, number 23, Connor O'Neill.
With a man on third, that's a really good stop right there.
Well, Paul, we've talked about that a million times too. You got to trust your catcher back there. You can't just become a one-dimensional pitcher just because of the runner on third base.
Absolutely.
Good lead by Burns over there at third. Fastball, and there's a fly ball to right center field. Small's running, and I don't know if he's going to get to it. He makes a tremendous catch in right center field. What a grab. That ball was tailing away from him, and he went all out, slid, and made the grab to retire the side. What a catch by Tyler Small.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait to watch that one again because that was a great catch. He had a bead, fast kid on it. Matt was there to back him up if the ball got behind him. Extended himself. Great catch. That's what you needed right there. Huge.
Paul, and it's an interesting point. Carter Swernard's been the staple out there in center field all year, and Small's out there, and he's, he had a rough play in the first inning. He just had a ball get by him on that line drive single, and he just went out. And with his speed, that looked like it was in no man's land. I didn't think he was going to get to it, and he extended, went into the slide, and when I saw that glove come up, nice grab. I mean, if Goffstown goes on and wins this game, you're going to remember that play right there because that's a triple and that scores a run.
When you look at some of these plays that have been done so far, great catch, throwing out, Mitchie keeping these guys at bay. This has just been a solid game so far. A couple little tweaks, but other than that, these are high school kids, and I think they're playing a really good game. Mitchie's at 60 pitches. There was only 9 pitches in that last inning. And for us, we are going to have Tyler French coming up. Taylor French. And then we're going to have Tyler Small and Smitty.
Again, for the third time, a player we've talked about for a half inning is going to be coming up the next inning. So let's see if Small can do it with the bat.
And Dufo's at 91 pitches, Mike.
Yep, so, he's got 29 left before he has to come out of the game.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 17, Taylor French.
So, he's going the limit. We did see someone warming up in the bullpen, number 5, and we apologize again. We don't have the entire roster for Windham here. So, Taylor French coming to the plate.
Like to see him get on. We need him on base. Get Dufo to continue throwing.
Here comes the pitch in the dirt. He swings. Quickly 0-2. Dufo pairing in. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, ground ball up the middle. Costa up with it. Throw high.
Ooh.
Draws Kozer off the bag, but he recovers and makes the tag for the out. High throw, but you know what? You got a giant target over there. Koza made a great play.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Tyler Small.
Small's been a little pest today. He's 1 for 2. He's walked in the first and scored. Struck out in the second and singled in the fourth. Just made that fantastic catch in the outfield. Pitch in there for a strike.
It looks like we have Connor Hyzak in the pen right now, throwing.
Connor Hyzak, who came into the game yesterday. Wild swing by Small there, and it's quickly 0-2. Tell you, Defoe looks like a different pitcher out there today. He's thrown 5 pitches, 5 strikes.
Like to see him get on. Really like to see him get on. Bust out here.
And he swings and
what a
misses,
pitch.
and there's 2 outs. Overmatched there.
Yep.
I mean, it was a half swing.
But it was a nice pitch.
A beautiful pitch. It's like I've always said. Sometimes you got to give credit to the pitcher.
Left fielder, number 10, Ethan Smith.
I didn't use that whole ESPN.
Here's a ground ball to short by Smith. First pitch swinging. Again, not where you want to hit it. And just like that, it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Again, right to Costa.
And after 6, the score remains Goffstown 3 and Windham 3.
Mike, only 7 pitches that inning. That leaves him at 98. He's got plenty to.
That's his best inning of the day, Paul. The first inning under 10 pitches, he's at 98. He's got plenty left to take. He looked great that inning. He did not throw one ball.
Nope. He looked comfortable.
Threw 7 pitches, 7 strikes.
It also looked like he took a little off his pitches.
Yeah,
It didn't look like he was trying to, come in there and bear down.
Right. He wasn't trying to overpower batters that inning. Throw strikes, trust your defense. I mean, you got 2 ground balls to Costa. You're not going to go wrong.
Nope.
Throwing a ground ball there.
So right now, Mitchie, 60 pitches. He's going to be facing Brandon Dufault, Zach Germain, and Donovan Hopkins. So 8, 9, and 1.
Yeah, and Dufault's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out, and German is 0 for 2 as well. He grounded out and struck out. And then you got Hopkins you have to deal with. He's hit him twice. You know, both these pitchers are keeping the ball down, forcing ground balls. Dufault has induced 9 ground balls, not counting the hits. So Paul, you know, we have the order coming up that got the run last time. 3, 4, 5 starting for Goffstown. Maddie.
Nice shoot right there.
Maddie, Cody, and Jake.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 36, Brandon Dufault.
Well, Mike, that's what we want to put ourselves in at that bottom. But right here, we got to shut them down. Nobody on. Get ahead, stay ahead.
Paul, this is the inning, and you got to wonder, you know, what kind of leash that Lawrence has with Mitch here. Is it a short leash, you know, one base runner, and he comes out? Mitch hasn't walked anybody. He's hit 3 batters. He hasn't allowed a walk, though. Yeah, a couple hard hit balls last inning. Here comes Dufault, and Dufault fouls it straight back, strike 1.
Right away, they're getting aggressive.
Well, you know, you saw that last inning, Paul, right? You know, third time through the batting order now. You've seen them a couple times, and you make the adjustments. These kids are smart hitters. Curveball misses.
I like that idea.
Paul, just very similar to yesterday. Gets late in the game. You hear the benches. I mean, listen to the Windham bench.
Right.
Everybody over there standing up and rooting their teammates on right now. There's a pitch. Low strike. Nice pitch by Mitchie right there. Didn't give in to him. Dufault was geared up for a fastball. He got it. 1-2 pitch. Let's see, Mitchie pull the string here. There it is in the dirt. Nice stop by Jake. I mean, that's a good pitch right there.
Absolutely. You think he's going to chase? You have one to waste. You think he's going to chase? He didn't.
I'd say the inside fastball at the knees right here, Paul. And he throws a fastball, gets by Mitch. Hyzak surrounds it.
Nice
Throw to
play
first
by
base.
Hyzak.
Automatic. I'm telling you, Paul, since the first inning, we've seen almost flawless defense from both teams.
But you know what? I've seen a different Connor today. I don't know if you guys have noticed defensively. He doesn't seem as, you know, anxious.
All right.
Because he's relaxed now. I mean, he's playing one of the best teams in baseball, and he looks great out
Paul,
there.
we talked about it before the game. You know what happened. You know, Coach Lawrence went over to him.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 7.
32 is batting for 7.
32 for 7.
We don't, again, we apologize. We don't have the roster.
Number 32, the second baseman.
We don't have a name. We apologize for that. We'll see if we can get that for you. See if we can get number 32 for you here. The pitch. And off the end
Way
of the
late.
bat, foul down the third base line.
I think that's Langdon. I think he played Hurricanes about 3 years ago. But they're looking it up right now.
Getting our crack staff on it.
Nice
Outside
pitch.
corner for a strike. Mitchie's quickly ahead 0-2.
It's T.J. Langdon.
TJ Langdon is the batter, number 32. Strike 3 called.
Nice
2 down.
Nice pitch.
He gets Langdon looking. And that bang you heard was Mitchie's dad. It just banging his feet in euphoria right there as Mitchell struck out the pinch hitter there. And we get 2 outs for the top of the order. Donovan Hopkins,
Number
who's been
22.
a thorn in Mitchell's side all day, a single and 2 hit by pitches. And he starts him with a curveball.
Batting, the center fielder, number 22, Donovan Hopkins.
You know, Paul, if I'm Mitch, I don't throw Hopkins a curveball. He's hit him with 2 of them.
Right.
Just stick to the fastballs. There comes the pitch.
There it is.
Fastball low, and it's a ground ball to Campbell. Scoops it up, and it's a bad throw. It got by Tyler.
Jake's got the ball.
Jake's got
holding
the
him.
ball, but he's not going to stop from second base.
No.
You know, Campbell wants that one back. No need to rush. You have plenty of time to throw.
Yep.
And he threw it away. Nothing Santoro could do for that one.
No.
Batting, the right fielder, number 2, Chad Roach.
I mean, Tyler did all he could possibly do for that. I mean, he had no chance. I mean, Roach flew to center field in the first, and the one that Small dropped on the exchange, and flew to center field in the third, and he had a little blooper back to Mitch his last time up in the fifth. So this is his fourth at bat. Runner on second, 2 outs, and the pressure's mounting now. We got to make a play here. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses for a ball. Telling you, Paul, we talked playoff atmosphere.
This is it right here.
This is it.
Nobody on that bench is sitting down. The crowd standing up. Everyone's cheering. I mean, this is a great game.
Pitch fastball
Nice
for strike.
pitch.
Handcuffed Jake a little bit.
Yeah, I think they got crossed up.
Yep. You know, Jake looked like he was going to, Paul, I think he was going to look like he was going to turn his glove over, decided not to, and I think that's how he handcuffed himself. Thought the bell was going to be a little lower than it was. Handled it with no problem. There's the pitch. Did he get the strike call? I think he did. So we got a 1-2 count now. The third base coach did not like that call at all.
No, he's telling his hitter it's a big game. He's got to come on. So I think he wanted his hitter to go after that. And I thought it was a good low pitch.
Here comes the 1-2 in the dirt. There's a ground ball to second, and it gets Campbell knocks it down, holds the runner, throws to first base, and throws it away again. Santoro chases after it, and he can't make the play.
Oh.
And that allows a run to score.
Ball. It's all right. It's all right.
Consecutive errors by the second baseman causes the run to score. And it's a 4-3 ball game.
Jake's calling everybody in at the mound right now. Settle everybody down. That's what he has to do, and that's his job.
You know, Clay did a good job of knocking that ball down, which prevented the run from scoring. Should have put the ball in his pocket.
Now batting the shortstop, number 8, Tom Costa.
Made an errant throw to first base. Tyler did his best to block it. The ball bounded away. He was a little late getting to it.
Right now, the Windham is sending in number 5. Not sure who that is, warming up in the pen.
Yeah, that's the second time down there. Costa's 0 for 1, grounded to short. Big lead over at first base. Goffstown should have been out of this inning a long time ago. Started off with a ground to short and a strikeout. And now 2 consecutive errors. And they find themselves in a 4-3 hole. Throws over.
Ooh,
almost had him.
Ooh.
Good throw right there. 1 ball count.
1 ball.
Big lead over at first base. No movement. Oh, that pitch gets away from Jake. There's a pass ball. It moves the runner to second base. Ball hit off the end of Jake's mitt. Now a single scores another run. Goffstown unraveling a little bit here. They've let up a run without the benefit of a hit so far. Here comes the 2-0. Nice pitch. Nice pitcher's pitch right there. Costa knows better to swing at that. He's looking one spot here, Paul. They got to stop the bleeding right here.
Get him back, 2-seam inside. It's for Jake setting up.
Here's the pitch, strike swinging. Swung right through that, swung right on top of it.
And do it again.
Here comes the 2-2 from Mitch. In the dirt. Nice stop by Jake, but it gets away.
Nothing you can do on that.
Roach is now at third base. That's a wild pitch. Now he's 90 feet away. And it's a full count. What we don't want to do here is walk him and have Costa coming up. I think this may be the last batter for Mitch. You know, not his fault.
Two errors
killed him. But now he's in the hole, unfortunately. And as the pitch is a ground ball to short, Hyzak has to charge it. Here's the in the dirt
in
again.
The dirt.
And he scored, and the ball is not picked up, and the run scores. Another throw in the dirt, and that's 3 errors by the infield. I mean, these are easy plays.
Now batting the first baseman, number 11, Steve Koza.
I mean, there's not really much Santoro could do over there at first base. Did his best. The ball didn't get by him. Kept it there, but it's now a 5-3 ball game. And Koza hits a ground ball down the third that goes foul. 1 strike count. 3 consecutive errors after there were 2 quick outs.
Those errors just.
Paul, errors will kill you every time.
Oh. And you know what? You play a good team, they're going to make you pay.
And we've talked about that all week, didn't we? Pitch in the dirt, runner goes, no one covering. Campbell over there now.
Late to the bag.
Late to the bag, but, a tough pitch to throw him out on anyway. The pitch was in the dirt. Jake made a good throw. Now we got a runner on second with 2 outs. 1-1 count. Koza looking to drive something here. He hit a line drive to right last time up, and he gets fisted. A pop-up. Hyzak under it, Campbell under it, and Campbell makes the grab to retire the side. So the score at the end of 6.5 is now Windham 5 and Goffstown 3.
23 pitches.
Still ended up with only 83.
83, but I'll tell you what, they made him work. It's so unfortunate that we wind up with 3 errors that absolutely just gave Windham that 5-3 lead. But we do have Woodward, Morrell, Hunt, Santoro. So if you're going to do anything,
this is where you're going to do it.
This is where you're doing it.
Paul, the line on Mitch right here, 83 pitches, 4 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, 5 runs, and 1 earned.
Wow.
1 earned run.
How many walks did you have again? Right.
0.
0 walks.
And Goffstown right now is charged with 7 errors. 3 in the first inning, 3 in the 7th inning. And those 3 in the 7th inning were huge. They all came with 2 outs. Paul, that inning started with a ground ball to short by Dufo. The pinch hitter, Langdon, struck out. And Mitch was cruising. And then a ground ball.
3 errors.
Ground ball to second that Clay fielded nicely and then threw away. And that allowed the runner to go to second base. And the next batter, Roach, did the same thing at a ground ball to second. Campbell couldn't handle made a bad throw again. Santoro couldn't handle it. The ball got by him. He was a little late getting to the ball. Couldn't make the throw home. That's a lot of run to score. Then a ground ball to short. Hyzak with a bad throw. And just like that, it's 5-3.
Now batting the right fielder, number 21, Matt Woodward.
So the boys need to do some work here. Matty is 0 for 2. He struck out, was hit by a pitch, and reached on an error by Costa last inning. I'm sorry, in the 5th inning. Mitch pitched about as good a game as you could pitch.
Absolutely.
4 hits against this high-powered Windham team. And 7 defensive errors, Paul. That's not going to win you many games.
Especially against a team like this. You can't have that against anybody, but you do it here, they're going to make you pay like they did.
First pitch fastball. Matt with a good cut. Fouls it back. And now it's the Goffstown bench that's up and is vocal. And I'll tell you, folks, I'm looking out here. Even the fans are on the fence now. There's a line drive to short. 1 hopper. Costa with the throw up high again, but he makes it this time and is 1 out.
Costa's been pretty busy over there at shortstop.
Yeah, he has. Trying to look at it real quick. Just in the last inning, Paul, that's his 3rd ground ball. 3 of the last 4 batters have grounded out to Costa.
And they have
Third baseman, number 8, Cody Morrell.
a very hot Cody Morrell coming up.
Yeah. Moose has walked twice and doubled in a run his last time up. Wow, he's way ahead of that pitch. And he fouls it down the line. Defoe took something off of that one, and Cody was way ahead of it. 1 strike count to Moose. We need a base runner, Paul.
Yes, we do. Somebody's got to get on, make him throw. Keep working him. Nice
Fastball
pitch.
for strike 2. Good fastball.
He has settled down
Paul,
past
since
couple innings.
he hasn't thrown a ball in the last 2 innings. He's just in a groove right now.
Different pitcher.
He walked so many early on. Now he's throwing strikes. And there it is. He blew it right by him. And there's 2 outs. He is on right now, Paul. Ever since that intentional walk to Connor, Paul, he hasn't thrown a ball.
No.
And the intentional walk is just now you don't have to throw the pitches, but you got Clay.
Now batting the catcher, number 18, Jake Hunt.
And Jake's going to have to do something here to give Goffstown a chance to put the tying run at the plate. Jake reached on an error, walked and struck out, and takes a wild swing there. Fooled on that pitch. I mean, Dufault is in a groove. He's in a groove like you read about.
He changed his tempo, everything. He's feeling it.
Yeah, he's money right now. Here's the pitch. Fastball down. That's the first ball he's thrown in 2 innings. Want to make sure the little ball thing was still working on the pad here. 1-0 to Jake. 2 down. 5-3 Windham. Bottom of the 7th. Pitch. Fastball outside. Jake's looking to reach base here.
Right, that's his goal. You just got to get on base. If you don't get a good one to hit, drive, just get on base. A walk is as good as a hit right now.
Yep. Then you get Tyler and Connor after him. The pitch. Fastball just missed.
Take that ball.
Hood tried to frame it. So now he's thrown 3 consecutive balls. And we get 3-1 count. Jake needs to get on. He's only swinging if the pitch is in one place. And he takes a walk. Ball gets by the catcher. Jake runs down to the bag. There'll be no advancement. It's up to Tyler now.
Yep.
Now batting, first baseman, number 4, Tyler Santoro.
Tyler's had a rough day at the plate. He struck out looking and struck out swinging his last time up. He did hit a sacrifice
fly in the 3rd inning.
It was a
to center
good
field.
at bat. He needs to put an at bat on right here, Paul. Give Connor a chance. Big spot for Tyler here. Fastball for a strike. Took something off that one. Tyler digs in. Jake strides away from first base. And here his teammates rooting him on. Here comes the pitch. Fastball gets away
Jake's going
from
to
Hood.
second.
Jake's going to take second base. Hood's not going to chance a throw right there.
No, he's a smart catcher. He knows. Let him go.
There's no need. I mean, that run, although important to make it 5-4, but it's not going to kill you if that run scores. So no sense in throwing the ball away.
I'd be surprised if they didn't walk him on.
Well, you don't want to put the tying run on base here, Paul.
Yeah, but
you know,
Tyler can hit that fastball. He knows it.
If the game's tied, I think you do, but not with the lead. Outside. It's now 2-1. So Tyler's going to look for his pitch here. It's a good spot to be in. Good hitter, as we know. Would love to see him get into one here. Here comes the pitch.
Ooh.
Go over his head. That goes to the backstop, and now Jake's at third. So now you got a runner at third base with 1 out and a 3-1 count on Tyler. So Tyler's looking for one thing right here. You know, I think Dufault tried to go to a curveball there, and the ball just got away from him. Tyler's looking fastball here. I mean,
3-1 count. It's
you know,
his count.
You almost take a pitch and force him to come 3-2.
Right.
You know, but if he gets that fastball down the middle of the plate, he takes an outside pitch and he walks him. Now we have the tying run at first base. So, Paul, he kind of did what you mentioned.
We get time out here. Coach is coming out. I think we're due for a pitching change.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to settle him down, Paul. He was, you know, after the strikeout of Cody, he's thrown 8 balls and only 2 strikes in the last 2 batters after not throwing a strike for 2 innings. So he's got to be close to his pitch count, Paul. He was at 98 coming in. I don't think he's thrown 20.
He's at 113 right
113, so he's got 7 left. You got Carter Schwannard coming into pinch run for
Great
Tyler
move
Santoro.
right there.
An excellent
Great
move.
move.
Schwannard to run. I mean, you got tremendous speed on the base now.
Pinch running, number 2, Carter Schwannard.
I mean, Tyler did his job. Didn't try to do too much. Didn't get the pitch that he wanted. A walk is.
Batting the shortstop, number 5, Connor Isaac.
You know, Paul, while it would be nice to get the runner at second base, you don't want to attempt to steal and get thrown out here.
I agree.
So, you know, you make sure that Carter can get a good secondary lead. Don't get picked off here. And, again, this is a good spot for Hyzak. Hyzak was intentionally walked his last time up to pitch to Clay.
And if it's a pass ball?
A pass ball is going to score a run and then put Carter. And then they would walk Hyzak, I think.
Absolutely.
But we'll see. Carter's got a good lead over there. Fastball for a strike. Dufault unraveled a little bit the last couple of batters. He walked 2 batters in a row after not walking anybody for a couple of innings, except for the intentional walk in the 5th. That's his first walk since the 4th inning. Isaac now in the hole 0-1. Here comes the pitch. In the dirt. Well, not in the dirt, but low. 1-1. 1-1 count. Chouinard and Hyzak looking to Lawrence for a sign. I'd really be surprised. Good lead over there by Chouinard, though. Almost looks like he's getting ready to go. And he does. He takes off. And the pitch hits him. And now we have bases loaded. Hyzak gets hit, and the bases loaded for Campbell. And talk about redemption right here.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Batting, the second baseman, number 14, Clay Campbell.
And
For Clay right now, I know he feels like he was snake bit last inning with the errors, but
needs a base hit.
relax here.
Just a base hit. Relax. Nice, easy swing. Clay's
You
hit
have
the ball
very
hard.
good speed at second.
Walked in the second. He grounded the third and the fourth, and grounded the second and the fifth. Takes a pitch for a strike. Good take right there. Defoe's a little bit rattled right now.
Well, you got plenty of speed on the bases right now.
Would love to see Clay line a base hit right here. Here's the pitch. And there's a line drive to left center field. The left field is going back. He makes the grab, and that's going to retire the side and end the ball game. Clay put a sting into the ball right there. He hit the ball hard, Paul. He did what he needed to do. The ball just tailed right back to the left field. It looked like it was going to go into the gap. Tailed right back to the left fielder. And Windham holds on to win 5-3.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what. You get rid of those errors in that last inning, and what a game.
You know, Paul, the first and last innings Goffstown would like to have back. They made 3 errors in the first and 3 errors in the seventh. Both innings they allowed 2 runs. You know, Mitchie is the hard luck loser in this one. Lets up 5 runs, only one of those runs being earned. We'll try to get you the line on Dufault here in a minute. How many pitches did he end up with that inning, Paul, Dufault?
I have a total of 118. He had 20.
118, so he threw 20 pitches. So he's just under the maximum number of pitches thrown.
He got 7 strikeouts.
I think he had at least that many walks. I got him for 9 walks. Actually 11 if you count 10 if you count the one intentional walk. Hit a couple of batters. And then he didn't let up many hits. I got 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3 hits, Paul. 3 hits, 10 walks, 7 strikeouts.
That's what I have.
And he allowed 3 runs, and 2 of those runs were earned. I'm sorry, 1 run was earned because the error by Costa scored. So, without the errors, we got a 1-1 ball game.
Absolutely. But what gets me more than anything, and I hate to sound like a broken record, the errors in the 7th inning. He owned the inning, right? He had a nice 6-3, strike him out, and then E4, E6. That's just you can't do that against him. Mitchie pitched a heck of a ball game. Thrown right in, he went the distance.
Paul, 83 pitches in 7 innings.
What more can you ask that kid to do?
You can't. I mean, Paul, 83 pitches. He only had 4 hits. He walked nobody. Yes, he hit 3 batters, I believe. He hit 3 or 4 batters, but,
right,
no
because
walks.
He hit Hopkins twice.
No walks. And the 5 runs, 1 earned run out of the 5. And, 7 errors. That's not going to win you many ball games, Paul. And, we know that Windham made 3. And those cost them a couple of runs, but the errors when it mattered, I feel bad for Clay. Clay he got that, he made that error, right? And then what do we always say? The next ball is going to get hit right at you. Gripped it. Almost Chuck Knoblocked it, right? Throw over there, and Tyler was like a catcher over there. He's doing his best to block the ball. Couldn't scoop the one from Hyzak. I thought it had all the earmarks. When it was 2 outs in the top of the 7th, there it had all the earmarks of another walk-off win for Goffstown. And instead, it turned into a 2-run Windham inning and a 5-3 loss. And Windham now moves to 6-1, and that makes Goffstown 7-2 in the season. And it doesn't get any easier, Paul. They got Portsmouth tomorrow, an 8-0 Portsmouth team that's going to be coming here. And I'll tell you what, you play like this, you make 7 errors against Portsmouth,
you're going to get eaten alive.
You're going to lose 10-0.
Bottom line, you will be eaten alive. We know that. They know that. But they've got to make some changes defensively with the mental errors.
But, Paul, we had our chances, right? We left men on base in every inning except for the 6th. We left 7, 8, and then the bases loaded. We left 11 men on base in 7 innings.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. And Goffstown as a team, we only had 3 hits. So there's only these 2 powerhouse teams, 7 hits. 7 hits
Right.
between. If you told me before this game started that they were only going to get 7 hits between them, I would have said you were crazy. But if you also told me that Goffstown was going to make 7 errors in the game, I would have told you were crazy too.
Exactly.
And if you told me that Defoe was going to walk 10 batters,
right.
It
wasn't a sharp game.
No, neither team was at their best, and it was still good baseball. I mean, from the 2nd to the 5th inning the 6th inning was great baseball. Take out the 1st and the 7th inning,
right.
and this is a 1-0 ball game.
Big difference.
So it's
they've got their work cut out for them now. They have to climb back in it tomorrow. Obviously doesn't get any easier, but now if you want that bye and be a top 4 team, boy, it changes everything.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
mean, they almost have to win out at this point. And like I said, we got Portsmouth tomorrow. They're going to meet this Windham team again at their field. They're going to play Sauhegan still. They got John Stark, who's not a pushover. So
right.
This is going to be it's going to be a tough stretch for them.
But I'll tell you what, you don't, in a loss, you hate to hear it, but my star of the game is Mitchie. You can't ask this kid to have done any more. He maybe rattled a little bit a couple times, but you know what? You didn't see it rattled.
No.
He was stone-faced. He came right back in. He would hit a batter, but you know what? He right back at it. Defensively, it was just a mess in the middle. Yeah. But I feel bad. Those kids are going to beat themselves up. Yeah,
they sure are, and they don't have a long time to think about it. They come right back at it tomorrow. So once again, Windham wins the ball game 5-3. Goffstown has Portsmouth tomorrow. Goffstown falls to 7-2. Windham raises their record to 6-2. For Paul Hunt, John Skokie, our cameraman Darryl, I'm Mike Santoro saying we'll see you tomorrow. Hi, Mike Santoro here with Mitchell Skokie. Mitch, tough luck losing on the mound today. Pitched a great game. Can you go through a little bit what you're thinking out there? You saw you throwing your fastball, off speed, and curveball, mixing them up. Tell me how you felt out there today.
I felt really good. I felt like I was mixing it up a little bit. I wish threw more curves for strikes, just to get more strikes out of that. But I thought I was doing pretty well. I was pitching to contact, which is what I usually do. And I don't know, I felt good.
Yeah, I mean, you pitched great against a powerful Windham team. 4 hits, no walks today. I mean, you had great control. You hit a couple of batters, no walks, which was great. You put a lot of balls on the ground. The defense helped you out a lot there in the middle innings. In the 1st and 7th, not so much. But, you didn't seem to lose your composure. I mean, you always seemed like you were in control out there.
No, yeah, exactly. I think, there were some mistakes, but everyone makes mistakes. It's a team sport, so I just have to be able to pick them up as well and just keep pitching and not worry about what happened the last play and just try to get the next batter. So that was really my mentality the whole time.
So tell me how you felt last inning, bases loaded. You got bases loaded, you got Clay at the plate. What's going through your mind?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. He just coming out from that the defensive inning earlier, I knew that this was his opportunity to pick himself up again. And, he made good contact and bases loaded. It was a stressful position for him. But, he's doing his best. He's a young player. So I'm just hoping for the best for him. And we battled this team and all the way down to the wire. And I know that we can play them. They're a top 4 team, and we're a top 4 team too. So.
Yeah, well, Mitch, congratulations. Great job today. Good luck tomorrow with Portsmouth.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Mike Santoro back in with Adam Lawrence. Adam, you go through that last inning for us, the 7th inning, 3-3 ball game. What are you thinking there? 2 quick outs.
2 quick outs, and you know what? It's just kind of the way it's been going. Just make a couple plays, and that was it. But it's a learning process, and I think it's correctable stuff. I mean, that's what we told them out there. I mean, the ground balls are correctable. We just got to work on it, and one of these days might just be a practice full of ground balls. Yeah, and Mitchell pitched a great game. We got the line on him. He only threw 83 pitches through 7 innings today. Let up 4 hits, didn't walk a batter, struck out a few. Defense was a little shaky in the first, played solid. 2nd through 6th inning were absolutely solid. A little shaky there in the 7th inning. What did you see from Windham today? What did you see from Defoe? Throw strikes. I mean, he brings it to you and he challenges you. And you know what? I thought we did a very good job against him. We were patient at the plate. We got our walks. A couple guys got plucked. And I thought Mitch was lights out. I mean, for the first time coming out, and the thing I like about him is he keeps the ball low. And we told those guys out there, he's a ground ball pitcher, so be ready for it. And that's sure enough, that's what happened, and we need to make the plays. Yeah, he induced like 8 ground ball outs, and then a few plays by the infielders that they wish they had that back. Now you got Portsmouth tomorrow. So what are you looking for there tomorrow? Come on, compete again. That's it. Who's going to be pitching for us tomorrow? Good question. Still trying to figure that out. All right. Thanks, Adam. We'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Thank you.